Good morning, Tangerines. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Tangents with a couple of tan. You cut out a little bit there. That's okay. I am one of your hosts. Thank you. I am one of your hosts, Jason, alongside my co-host, Potato Danny. What's up, Potato Danny? How you doing?
Jason, who's Potato Danny?
That's you, sir.
I'm not a potato, Jason. I'm a human being.
You kind of look like a potato a little bit. No, you're not a potato because you look like a potato. You're a potato because you act like a potato, as we all know. Are you going to spit in my face? What was that?
All right. Hey, we also have another guest over here.
He's barely there. Just ignore him. We don't... Adrian, hey.
Sure.
What's up, bud?
Hello.
The most recurring guest we have here. Remember, Danny, when our most recurring guest was once George? I miss George.
Where's George?
What happened
to George? Let's talk about it in the podcast.
If George, if you ever get your eyes or ears on this, can you text me, please? I'm like, what's going on? I miss you.
You wanna give a little light background on who George is and why it matters on this podcast?
No, it's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna bring it up right now. I think we've said it before. He was one of the we've definitely talked about it in one of the first episodes, on how the infamous parrot poop artist George,
Which, by the way, it's on my channel. My main channel. I was playing Doom, I remember, and I recorded it. So if you want to listen to some part a George amazing speech
Of Poop Parrot.
Anyways, that's beside the point. We're gonna get right into this.
Where's that potato?
What in the? Is that part of the thing?
No, this was news to me. I don't know what that was. I think that was Potato Danny doing his potato things. We're gonna get right into this, Danny. Last week we ended things abruptly. I got angry at Fortune.
Yeah, about what? I forgot.
I don't remember, man. I got mad at something apparently.
Because they keep telling you to do the fortune telling, and you were not even ready.
I wasn't mad that they told me to do that, Danny.
You were not prepared.
No, I wasn't mad at that either. I was upset because of the act of the horror. Well, you're putting words in my mouth. You're making me seem like I'm getting mad at our listeners. I'm not getting mad at our listeners. I love all of our listeners. I love you out there in Belgium. I love you out there in Denmark.
Brussels.
Bra, bra. So no, I was upset because one of the person's fortunes, whatever it was, the horoscope, it said you are going to have a lot of spirituality in your life today, a lot of fortune tellers, a lot of healers. I was like, what does that even mean? Like,
Okay, let's say you get a cut by a potato.
You?
Okay. You. and then you need somebody to bring a Band-Aid. That's a healer.
You know what? What also Diana brought up was that technically I was one of the people. Like, I was giving the horoscope. So technically I was part of that as well. Because it said your day's going to be filled with people like me giving the horoscopes. So let's get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look here.
I don't know what's
now
going on.
at the horror bracket. A little bit of catching up for the people who missed out on... Oh, hold on. Sorry. There we go. Let's click on something. Last week, we had The Exorcist take down the number 32 seed, Saw. Number 17 seed, A Nightmare on Elm Street, took out the number 6... Blah, 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 blah. The number 17, The Nightmare on Elm Street, the 1984. I can't see it from here. 17 seed took out the number 16, The Strangers. The number 9 seed, The Witch, took out the number 24 seed, Evil Dead Rise. Excuse me. The number 8 seed, The Descent, took out the number 25 seed, Poltergeist 1982. And believe it or not, that's all we took care of in the whole hour that we were here.
An hour and a half.
We're going to try to avoid that this time around. So everybody knows. Let's get right into this, Danny. We got the number 5 seed, Sinister, up against the number 28 seed, Don't Breathe. And Danny, real quick before we continue, the last week when I was looking at the movies, I was like, which one do I need to rewatch? Because I haven't seen them in a while, or which ones do I need to watch for the first time? Like Charles said. I came around to Don't Breathe, and I was looking at it, and I was like, kind of a weird one that we added there. How do you feel?
But there's a reason why.
The turkey baster?
No.
Oh.
Oh, not just the turkey baster. Not just turkey baster. No,
Oh,
it was
weird
just it's a freaking dude that you would not think he will be a killer, but yet he's blind and he's fucking, you know.
Doesn't he look like the type though?
You
Stephen
know what?
Lang?
You're right.
Wait,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
Stephen Lang, right?
The guy from Avatar. I still remember.
I think his name's.
He's just you're just trapping his house in something that could actually happen. That's scary, dude. That's scary.
That's a typical day in America, though. You know, you go in somebody's house, you might die.
Have you seen the movie? It's freaking clicking in the background. If you hear it, just clicking. He's playing League of Legends.
God damn it.
You could hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So it was just a little strange for me. It was a good movie, very thrilling. I'll give you that, Danny. It was thrilling, kind of edge of your seat type of stuff because he can't see, so and you're like, oh no, these people, are they gonna make it out or not? But
He's
so
like this.
if you're not,
I'm closing my eyes.
yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
go
not
ahead,
on
Jason.
YouTube.com/Sunday Morning Tangents, Danny's has his eyes closed, but he's looking up, and then he's quick turns because he heard something. There's another quick turn because he heard something. Well, he's up to your left. He's on your left. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's to your right. He's to your right. We're playing a different game. He looked left, as I said right.
Yeah, you know, Potato Denny.
Potato
That's, you know,
Danny.
lives up to his name.
So that movie's pretty thrilling, Danny. And as I said, we're getting straight to this. I'm choosing Sinister. I'm not going to get convinced otherwise.
No, me
Sinister
neither.
It's very sinister movie, Danny. It's very scary, psychologically, and the visuals of it are pretty scary because psychologically, it's like playing mind tricks on you. Like, what's actually happening? What's going on? Is Ethan Hawke tripping or what?
I think it was an underrated movie back then, and then over the years, it has become like people are like, "Oh yeah, you know what? You're fucking right. This movie is fucking creepy."
Was it really underrated? I feel like people.
I think it was. I didn't hear the movie until later on, and then when I watched the movie, because the monster was kind of becoming popular. He's a curry ass monster. I mean, devil, whatever the fucking thing it is.
What is it actually?
It's a demon, isn't it?
I think it's a demon. Yeah,
Just a straight
I
up
think
demon.
it's just a demon. Yeah, I think it is a demon. Yeah, or the manifestation of whatever fucking the whole shit that was going on in that family.
It's
One
one
more
of
time.
was
What was that
killing.
word, Denny?
Manifestation.
Okay.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
It just sounded weird when you first said it.
Did it
Oh,
sound like-
Manfest.
Did it? This is one of the examples, Danny, that we talked about last week that I don't love when they show the demon or whatever. This is an example where I didn't mind it showing because it still felt
It's
'cause
just
they
creepy,
weren't,
man.
They weren't like fist fighting, which they do in
No.
Insidious, you know.
No.
No,
This is-
wait. In the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen the new one.
No.
That's-
Well, yeah, I mean, he
What?
does fist fight in that too, but he like gets in a grapple. They grapple in the first one too, I think. Anyways, we're on 5 Sinister with 28 Don't Breathe. Danny, I'm not gonna spend too much time here. Let's do it. Let's do Sinister.
It's just scary, man. By the way, I didn't know this director was the director of Black Phone, which now I see it,
Ethan
and
Hawke.
also Doctor Strange, and Delivered from Evil, and Exorcism of Emily Rose. Which, by the way, Jason, I forgot to mention that one.
You've been
I
telling me
forgot
watch that
to
one for a while.
mention that one, but you haven't seen it, and I'm like,
If it was on the list, I would have watched it.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. So, by the way, it's the girl from Dexter. She's the one who gets kind of possessed, I think, if I remember.
I never watched.
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah.
so-
You never watched Dexter?
No, never cared for it.
Ah!
I'm with you on that one. Actually, I was like, it's okay.
No. The first 3 seasons, one of the best shows ever. One, and I'm saying the best. Also, I haven't seen Breaking Bad, so I can't say much.
Yeah.
I can't say much. You know what? Yeah, I can't
I mean,
say
to
much.
be fair, I haven't watched all of Breaking Bad either, but I've seen, like episodes here and there. I'm just like, wow, this is really good. But then I'm just like,
Mhm.
do I want to go into the whole season or the whole series?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm good.
Speaking of
That's true.
lumberjacks, the next one we're taking Sinister in number 5, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
it's, no comparison.
No,
Unless you want to get scared of like the turkey baster, but
Turkey
you know?
baster. Serve me
Mhm.
up. On to the next round where we got the number 21 seeded Friday the 13th, 1980 versus the number 12 seeded Insidious.
Oof.
Mm.
Oof. No, Jason. I like the Friday the 13th because it's Friday the 13th. Now, let me tell you this. I was never really scared of Friday the 13th. It's just a slasher movie. It's just what I like about it is by little kids getting smashed into pieces. I don't think a little kids, teenagers, sorry. Because they're being so oblivious of what the fuck is going on. Come on, kids. Don't go there swimming in the lake. Don't go by yourself. Oh, I'm gonna have sex in the lake. Who has sex in the lake?
Yeah, sounds fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Sounds kind of fun, Danny.
Come on, Danny. Come on.
No, it doesn't sound fun. What if a fish comes in there and he's like, "Oh, look, there's a big ass worm. Let me bite that juicy worm."
I mean, I'm pretty sure your dick's gonna be in something, but
Continue, please.
Look, what I like about this movie is just a classic. I mean, it's a classic. This is a classic, Jason.
Yeah, continue.
By the way, we have in October, Friday the 13th this October.
In October, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
crazy.
yeah, I have a Halloween party this time actually. Surprising.
Oh, you are already?
Well, I'm not. But I'm going to one.
Oh shit!
Oh, sounds
Okay.
nice.
Sounds really nice. Thanks.
Sounds cool.
Great as
You wanna go,
invite.
Jason? You want to go, Jason?
It's not your party. I'm not invited.
I mean, I could still ask.
No.
Jason Insidious.
The more the merrier, you know.
Whoa!
I'll be honest. I'll ask.
There's a
Us.
reason why I would choose Insidious, but I'm not saying this is not. It's Friday the 13th is a classic, of course, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? This is Friday the 13th." Have you seen Insidious?
Oh,
If you're talking
wow.
about scary moments, Insidious takes the cake on one of the best scenes I love about what Justin Wan is that his name?
That
Jay
doesn't
Wan?
sound
No.
right. That doesn't sound right.
What's his
think-
name?
You know what? I can't remember right now at the top of my head. Continue.
Yeah.
I'll
Anyways,
figure out.
it has one of the best scenes that I'm like, why are movies not doing this shit?
What scene is
What?
that?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, what scene is that?
The
James
table
Wan,
scene.
James Wan.
James Wan. The table scene. Bright daylight. He's talking about the demon, and the demon just like appear in the back of the head of what's the name of the actor?
Wilson.
I forget his- Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit!
That's
I-
really serious for you, huh?
Not the scariest. It was just unexpected because we've been so trained to see so many scary scenes where you know where it's gonna come up. I don't even get scared no more because I know, oh, there's gonna be a scary scene coming up right now. That was not prepared. That was just like, oh hey guys. Bright daylight. They're like explaining whatever's going on with the movie, whatever's going on with with the demon, which when they do that kind of stuff and the plot, they never showed nothing scary in that, and they show something scary at that moment. And I feel like they did a good job. James Wan did a good job on that moment.
James Wan is a great director, with horror. You know what though? In what's the Aquaman?
Malignant.
The Aquaman. No, Malignant. God, what a stupid movie. But in
Whoa,
Aquaman,
whoa! That guy, the monster is pretty cool.
he's pretty cool, but it's a horror movie, and he's parkouring, and it felt so weird. It was such a weird movie. It's so
They
bad.
look pretty good. Not gonna lie.
He knows how
They
to
look
direct
pretty good.
action, though. Like,
Yeah, he does know.
There was this, I think in one of the beginning scenes of Aquaman, they're fighting inside the lighthouse. It was a pretty cool scene. Not a great movie, not a good movie, but he knows how to build tension. And one of the most tense moments in Insidious is when Rose Byrne, the beautiful Rose Byrne, is taking out the trash, and you
Oh,
like
so
the
pretty.
camera's inside,
Mhm.
and it's like just following her, and then the music changes to the music that's very tiptoe. That's all I could sing because I know I'm gonna get copyright and fracking.
Nah.
I love infractions.
That part is very scary, Danny, and I know you weren't here for this, but the Universal Studios Horror Nights once had an Insidious maze, and they had the song.
Oh, are you
Very
serious?
scary, very scary. That said, the second half of Insidious. I said it once, and I'll say 10,000 more times. I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't
Yes.
like. I don't like this
Yes.
purgatory world that they go into. I don't like that they show the devil who just looks like Darth Maul, and he's kind of does not look scary because he just jumps down and then they push him off, and it was like, what is going on here?
That is
You're
true.
losing me.
That is true. That is the problem with that movie, that he goes a little too much with the action, and you're right, Jason. I do get that.
And I think the very end was kind of creepy, right? When you realize that the old lady saw it when they took the picture, and Patrick, it's inside Patrick Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, Danny. I'm going off of legacy in this round, and this is where Adrian comes in for the first time, because I'm gonna say Friday the 13th. Although Insidious has a lot of scary, tense moments, I'm usually more of a modern type of guy, and Friday the 13th, although it doesn't have Jason in it, it's still iconic. I still like the whole campfire, we're killing kids at a campfire type of scenario. I love it. It's fun.
It is fun, and also the ending of Friday 13. You know, pretty iconic. They're like, "Oh, we're done." No, bitch.
It's just the birth of Jason. So I'm going Friday the 13th on this one for the upset, the 21-12 upset. But we'll see what Adrian has to say.
Adrian,
in the middle of his league match. Knock, knock.
I will agree. Okay. Insidious. Okay, Insidious in itself, I thought was a decent movie, especially for like modern times. I was like, oh, this is kind of refreshing, you know? Like, oh, this is a somewhat good movie. But I'm with Jason on this one. Like, Friday the 13th. You can't go wrong with a classic, you know? Like,
hey, I don't disagree
it's
with
just
that. I would just have to, Insidious, have to give props to Insidious.
Gotta get
You
props
know?
to Insidious.
Yeah. Okay.
James Wan
then
doesn't
Friday
catch up.
13.
That's
Friday
an upset
13th?
right there. That's an upset.
Yeah. That's what we needed you, Adrian. That's what we needed you.
This is why we needed you.
oh, you needed someone.
Let's move on to the next round. The number 13, Midsommar, versus the number 20 seed.
Oh.
20th seed. Number 20th seed, Psycho.
Scooby-Doo-Bop-Bop.
Danny, I'll start off with this one. Such different movies in this, Danny.
Way different movies.
Midsommar
Yeah.
was a different type of horror here, what we got here.
Yeah.
And one of the things I like about it is that it is so uneasy the whole time. And Psycho, you kind of get the same feeling, but it is.
I was gonna say that
too.
too. I was gonna say that too, but
Well, Psycho, it's just different because it's so old, and it's just a good movie more than it is a good horror movie. So I think that's why we ended up ranking it at 20. Like, as a solo movie, it's really good, but as a horror movie in our horror brackets, it's just I mean, we're not gonna get scared out of a lady getting stabbed in the shower and then seeing paint going down the freaking shower thing, whatever. It's just not scary. But then the reveal, Danny, is awesome.
the spoiler, by the way, spoiler.
Movie came out like what, the 60s? Come on.
Yeah, but people have not seen Psycho. I'm 100% sure a lot of people have
1960.
not seen Psycho.
I
A
have
lot of people
not
haven't
seen
seen
Psycho.
Psycho. Yeah,
I
exactly.
have to.
It's been out for 63 years.
Yeah,
Get on
But
it.
does that make me want to watch that? No.
Y'all need to get on this because it's still a good movie. You're not gonna get scared, but it's a good movie.
Imagine you, Adrian. Real quick. Imagine
yourself,
you, Adrian. You're
I
a
can
top-notch
imagine.
you're a top-notch teenager who goes to school, tucks his shirt in. You're a good boy. You listen to, at that time, I would say maybe not the Beatles, because the Beatles were starting to be popular, right? Let's say the Beatles. All right, you're a good boy. All your movies were about, I don't know, Casablanca, early 50s movies, Lucy, I don't know. All right, you're a good boy. Then you go to this movie, it says Psycho. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Yippers. Let's go watch this in the theater.
Yippers, huh?
Hey, sir, can I get a popcorn? He's like, oh, 2 cents,
Okay.
sir. All right. Can I also get a pop? Like, all right. 5 cents. All right, let me get a pop. All right, you go sit down and
It's
you
like
see
I'm in
this
the
movie.
60s.
Yeah, you're in the 60s, okay? and then you sitting down, you're like, oh, geez, I wonder how this movie's gonna turn out. Because either I don't know if they had trailers back then. All right, and then you see this, the music, the stabbing. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? You get traumatized, Adrian. You never seen this kind of stuff. You never seen a crime. All the shows that you used to watch were about good, father beating their mothers. I don't know. You never saw a crime, or killers. And then you see the twist at the end.
You got that, Adrian?
Listen, I clearly know what he's talking about because I've seen the movie.
So, anyways, Danny, and for this horror bracket, for this bracket, Danny, I'm going Midsommar.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong here. It's just Midsommar was just creepy. It was unsettling. From the get go, Florence Pugh's crying is still haunting me when she cries in the beginning. It's still
beginning. I remember Denise was like, "What the? What was this?
What a scene setter that was for what we're."
It was just like, yes.
And
that's okay.
I think this was a little more of an example of me being more into the modern movies than old school compared to what we got from the last round, because Midsommar just this guy. This one isn't Robert Eggers, is it? It's the Ari Aster.
No,
this one's Ari
which, by the way, it's A24. They probably give each other's ideas or whatever. Do you think they work together? They have to work together at some point, huh?
Who knows, man? Who knows how it works?
Anyways, yes, Jason, I agree with you. The scene when they're like about to start the ceremony and they're in a cliff, and they're like, there's men on the cliff, and she's like, you can see the tension on her. She's like, what the hell's going on? And then he just drops down and gets smashed. She's like, ah! And then like screaming. And everybody's like, doing their chanting and stuff like that. Very creepy.
Very creepy.
Very creepy.
You're going
with
Midsommar as well?
Yeah, Midsommar, yeah.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
For those of you in the live chat, let us know what you think about our bracket. I see you guys coming in and out. No one's saying anything. Where's everyone?
I'll be a wild card. I'm gonna go with Psycho.
You never even seen it. Get out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, but I know the gist of it.
You do not know the gist of it.
There's
There's more to it. People,
what's his name? Jack Nicholson. I know what Psycho is. No, wait, that's not Psycho. That's The Shining.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to the next round here. We got the number 29 seeded Trick or Treat versus the number 4 seeded Hereditary. Danny,
okay. These are two of my favorite movies. These are two of my favorite movies. Even Denise tells me, why you always talk about Hereditary? I see Hereditary at least 5 times. The first time I watched it twice because I watched it the first day when I first watched it, and then I watched it the next day because that was so good. And Trick or Treat, I seen it 3 times because I love Sam. I don't know. I just like it's just a good Halloween themed scary movie with a bunch of they add like a bunch of little knick-knack stories with different little monsters. It has a little bit of everything. Trick or Treat has a little bit of everything. I feel like it's a good Halloween horror theme movie. Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know, not an anthology, but like short stories that like
they call them vignettes.
Is that what it's called?
Vignettes. They're like short.
Because they all come together at the end, right? Because it's kind of explained. Yeah.
Vignettes are the short stories type of.
Yes.
Step into the life real quick. But I don't know what it's called when they do connect at the end.
And it's only an hour and 20-something minutes. This is short, good Halloween themed movie. The main actor who plays the dad, like he's a good slasher kind of monster. I don't know. I like this movie a lot. Hereditary though takes it.
Denise says they both suck.
Yeah, I don't know what I know. She doesn't like Hereditary. She's like, it's so weird. I don't get it. I can't. I tried to explain to her why Hereditary is so fucking scary. Why Hereditary is one of the most scariest movie.
Which one are you going for, Danny? You said Hereditary.
Oh, Hereditary. I have to say Hereditary, man.
I'm also going Hereditary. There's not much to say. Trick or Treat is a good B slasher Halloween movie. entertaining. I think I wouldn't mind watching it every year around Halloween time.
Yeah.
But Hereditary
Yep.
was just a different type of scary on different levels of uncomfortable and a mix. You know what they do really good, Danny? They do really good job. There's one scene that's coming off that I'm thinking of when Toni Collette is in the room and something kind of crawls behind her.
Oh yes.
And
Yes.
I love when they don't put a lot of attention to that sort. They don't make like a loud
No.
jump scare moment. It's just like if you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you're just like you're tapping your friend next to you, like, "Did you see that?" And they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't see it." And I prefer those type of scary moments than jump scares. Not saying Trick or Treat is filled with them, but that I like when they do it. They kind of just they scare you, and if you saw it, the Haunting of Hill House did really good job at that too.
Yes. Which by the way we didn't put it, but
It's
yes.
a show, Danny.
Yeah, I know. I know. We didn't put shows. This scene in the Hunter Hill.
And there, I could do another one for shows. There are some scary shows out there.
There's not a lot of scary shows. There are more, but there are some.
More
The
they're like
Exorcist
classic.
show I didn't hate. I didn't hate the Exorcist show. It was actually kind of good. Anyways, so for me, it is Hereditary. That type
I
of scary
cannot
was-
say there's so many things about this movie, Jason, that it fucking creeps me out. The scene where it's just the normal scenes where like they're just behind. You don't even notice it at first. There's people behind the cult at the end. They're just there naked. And they don't, like I said, they're just like in the blurry section of the camera. They're focusing on the main, person right there. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? Is there people there? That creeps me out so much more than just like, I don't know, like sound effects or like I don't know.
One of my biggest gripes with the new Insidious movie was just that it was filled with cheap jump scares.
Yes, a lot of it.
I hate movies like that. I
Yeah.
hate fucking like like they make a little noise or like little stupid shit that like they try to get you, and I'm just like, ugh,
Yeah.
just scare me, Like
Yeah.
just give me something good.
They're cheap. This new Insidious is filled with it.
It's just a lot of it.
There's a lot of it. Anyways, we're not talking about that movie because it didn't make the list because it is nowhere near the top 32 horror movies according to Jason and Danny, aka the Sunday Morning 10. I was waiting for you to say
Yeah,
Dan's Danny. He didn't do it.
I'm with Trick
uh.
or Treat though. I haven't seen Hereditary.
Oh, Adrian.
I know.
Watch
I-
Hereditary. If I were to be living in California with you guys, I'll be like, Adrian, just come in. Just we're gonna watch it. Don't
Oh, I'll
worry.
come in, all right. But but yeah, I don't know. I never watched. Well, fun story. I never knew about Trick or Treat, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I always saw it. The one that got me to watch it was actually William.
Ah.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit, this is good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the reason I watched it was because a little spoiler on it, but what is it? Anna Paquin from like True Blood was in it.
Oh, you
That's
used
her
to watch
name, right?
True Blood. You
Yeah.
told me, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. Like at the time I thought she was like pretty. So I was like, oh okay. And then
Not
it turns
anymore,
out she's
or
just
It's still pretty.
crazy. I guess, yeah.
So we got a lot powered up for us next week, Danny, or maybe if we get around to it today. We got two Ari Aster movies up against each other. Number 13, Midsommar versus the number 4 seed, Hereditary.
Oh, you're right.
Look at that. Look at that.
Are we just a fan of that director, or what
Oh,
the
yes.
fuck? Oh,
Well, yeah.
I just realized that.
All right, let's move on here to the right side of the bracket. The left side is all finished up. We're moving up. Those are in the Sweet 16, as they call it, if you will. So let's move on here, Danny, to the number 3, The Shining, versus the number 30, Rosemary's Baby. A
Oh my god.
late bloomer here. These are two of my favorite
Jeez.
horror movies.
I know,
These are two
Jay.
of my personal favorite horror movies.
You made me watch Rosemary Baby again because I remember watching that movie way before,
I
and
didn't
I
make
was
you do
looking for a
anything
scary
you
movie.
didn't want to do. Don't make people.
And then you
think-
talk about Rosemary Baby. I'm like, oh yeah, that fucking movie creeped me out. And you know what, Jason? I gotta say something. I did not finish the Rosemary Baby the first time. And the reason why is because I was like, okay, this movie is making me feel kind of weird. I did not want to watch it. I was watching it at night, I think I remember. And I was like, okay, let me watch this movie some other day because this is kind of like, this is getting some places. What I like about Rosemary Baby, I know it's in 1970s. I don't know what year, 1968 or something like that, right?
it's just the whole setup. Same thing as like Hereditary, the neighbors putting her down is depressing. It's a poor pregnant woman getting fucking like, no, you're not gonna do that. No, you're gonna do this, and then the people just being weird. Like the husband also being hella shady, and the poor lady's be going to depression. I was like, God damn, she's pregnant, dude. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a scary, and when you find out what actually is happening, it makes it a little more scary too. It's kind of fucked up.
Very messed up.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say, Jason, about Rosemary Baby.
Okay.
I don't know. I liked it. Like I said, it's an old movie that I liked.
We'll talk about The Shining then. Like you were pitting these two against each other. What are you thinking?
Oh, The Shining though. Okay, The Shining. By the way, I saw the second movie of The Shining. I think it was not that bad.
Talking about
You
Doctor
know?
Sleep.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep. I thought it was not that
Oh,
bad.
yeah, about that.
Okay, so Shiny Jason, to me it's not that scary, but I it's still a really kind of like creepy ass movie. A lot of things going on. Which, by the way, this movie made me confused because I was like, what the fuck is going on? At first, when I was watching, I did not understand what was going on. I thought it was a mental disorder kind of movie. Still pretty creepy though.
Okay.
I
Danny
will
is
say
in
The
third.
Shining.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I was waiting for what you were gonna say because you kind of just
The
tiptoed around
Shining.
it.
Look, Rosemary Baby. I say more about Rosemary Baby because I recently watched it. The Shining. I just remember parts of it. That's why I haven't said that much. But I do remember being more like I said, I watched the whole entire Shining in one go, and when I watch those kind of movies like that, it's because I really liked it.
You don't usually watch movies in one go.
No, Jason. When I don't have the time, I don't watch it all the time in one go. It took me like 5 times to finish The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, The Last Jedi. Sorry, the Last Jedi.
Like,
You're
You're
not
talking
watching
about
movies, right,
watching-
Danny?
yeah, like you're talking about watching
Look,
movies just
I
in
get
general.
bored.
Like, you just,
I get bored, and then I'm just like, oh, I'll finish it up later.
What the fuck am I
I
doing
know.
this list with you?
yeah.
No, hold up, hold up. Not all movies that I said not all movies. Only movies that doesn't interest me for that long.
Are you someone who doesn't finish a movie if you're not feeling it? Like, are you down to just get up and not watch?
No.
the video?
I have to finish it. I do have to finish it. I cannot just leave it there and be like, okay, no. I do have to finish it. 7, I recently watched it though, and I was like, I told Denise to watch it with me. She did not watch it because she thought it was boring. And I was like, you watch it with me, and she did not want to watch it. She
What's in
fell
the
asleep.
box?
So
Danny, after hearing you talk, considering this is a horror movie bracket, Danny,
yeah.
I'm going with Rosemary's Baby.
Oh. Jason, I should have said Rosemary.
like, you don't
because
like that, huh?
That would be no. I could because I recently watched that one. That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking, I was listening to you talk, tiptoe around what your real feelings about each movie was, and I was like, you know what? I think Rosemary's Baby made me feel more scared. Not scared. It would sound like super scary, but the darkness looming around it felt
it's just
more.
that's yes.
What?
You know what,
It
Jason?
felt-
You're right.
The darkness looming around it felt more cerebral to me and made me feel a little more tense than The Shining did for different reasons. The Shining is a classic in its own respect, but scary. I don't know. Scared.
That's
for
okay. You know what,
Shelley
Jason? You're right.
Duvall.
I'm wrong.
It's
You're
not right or wrong. It's just
No,
opinions.
no. I'm wrong. Look, people are gonna hate this. The Shining. Be like, oh, The Shining. What are you talking about? The Shining is like one of the best books ever. But Stephen King. We
We're
get
not
it.
talking about books, Danny. Don't talk about books. This is not a book podcast.
I mean, this is from a book anyway. So
I don't care. It's not a book podcast.
okay.
nothing against books, though. You know, just
No, everything against books.
You know
Oh,
what?
okay, well.
You know what, Jay? You're right. I was right. I will. The reason why I chose that because The Shining because it's a classic and whatever you know. But Rosemary Baby, it's just yes, yeah, yeah.
Really, you're
Let's
really
go.
eloquent in this round, Danny.
Yeah, I can't. It's just I love horror movies. I want them all to win. You know.
We want every movie to win. Let's move on here to the next round. The huge upset right there. Rosemary 30, number 30. Rosemary's Baby taking
The
Shining
Shining.
out.
Yeah, that's a huge.
Let's move on here to the next round with the 19th seeded, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974, versus the 14th seeded, Get Out. Leave right now. It's time for
You go ahead, Jason.
Danny, this is a pickle. This is a pickle because we talked about if Get Out even deserves a spot, mainly from you.
I
said
told
yes.
you.
Oh, you are such a liar. You are such a liar, Danny. I was like, I think it needs to go on there. What the hell? Sorry, I felt something on my foot.
Living up to his name.
I was like, no, I think it needs to be on there. You may not think it's like the scariest movie, but I think it needs to be on there for modern horror movies. And you were like, whatever, all right. You were very skeptical about it, Danny. That's okay. I'm only coming at you now because you came at me like that. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fun game. We're having a great time playing this video game.
Yeah,
That's
thanks
what we're
for
talking about,
right?
You don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oof. Great game.
Great game. We're not talking about the movie. Okay, just kidding. All right, Danny. I'm gonna go with Get Out. I'm gonna go with Get Out. I'm gonna come right up front about it. It's a horror movie classic at this point. A different type of horror. I think it. Sometimes when you talk about these modern ones, Danny, I feel like Jenna Ortega's character in that new Scream movie, in the first remake Scream that she's in, the Scream that she's in, you know, she gets all like, and the purpose of it was to be pretentious about movies. That was like her point, or the point. But honestly, she's got lots of points. She's over there saying that, whatever she says. I'm drawing blanks right now, Danny. I'm zoning out for a second. I was looking at you, think you're doing something. I was looking at you.
I'm thinking right now.
What the hell was that?
I'm thinking right now.
Did you guys hear that?
No,
That was it. No.
that was not me.
Was that you, Adrian?
No.
Did you burp
Wait,
right
what
now?
noise? No,
What the fuck? Wait, really?
that was not me. Yeah, that was not me.
What do you mean? Oh,
If I burped, I'm pretty sure you would have heard a louder.
sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic there, but Get Out, Danny, is nowhere. It's not scary. I'll come out and say that, unless you're a black person and living in America. It's very.
That is pretty
And
very, very scary.
very scary, and I think that's where the horror comes in, right? Because it is terrible stuff to get into. Can you imagine?
Really
Can
fucked
you
up
imagine?
shit.
It's really messed up stuff.
Really fucked up
I don't
shit.
have a lot to say about it as a horror movie, but as a movie, very good, Danny. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, though, it's just not enough for me. It wasn't that scary. Great slasher, iconic slasher movie. But for some reason, he just doesn't creep me out. You know what should creep me out more than the original 1974 was the one that they made for Netflix. That one creeped me out. I don't know why. He's just icky. He just looks so icky. Icky and sticky, and he just killed everyone on that bus. But I feel like this is how you felt during The Shining versus Rosemary's Baby. I don't have too much to say. The Get Out is just a better movie in this, in general.
To be honest, I gotta give it to Get Out. Not because of what you said, it's because I also saw Chainsaw Massacre recently. And there's a scene where the girl's like that, standing right there, screaming, and I'm moving, and I'm like, I get it. It's 1974. You know, that was the acting back then. That's what it was done for scary movies. I don't know. I just don't see. I've never. Just Get Out. Just put Get Out because
there's not much to say, right?
No.
Or we just
put
bad at
Get Out.
this?
No, I think Get Out. That's a good. I think Jordan Peele, right?
Yep.
He did a good job on fucking a creepy, mostly for black people. creepy way to fucking scare them. Where in a new way, in a new way.
There are scary moments in it when you start realizing that this black man is trapped in a house full of white people who want to take over his body. That's very scary to think about.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking. That's worse than Narcos, in my opinion.
I'm a big what? Oh no, I'm a Lakeith Stanfield fan. Big Lakeith Stanfield fan. He's great, and sorry to bother you. He's great in everything in Atlanta. His performance.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor. But his performance when they do the flash, and then he's like, "You gotta get out. You gotta get out." It's kind of poor. Like every time I see that scene of him telling him, like help me or get out. I think he says get out. I was like, it's not great delivery. It felt weird.
By the way,
Big Lakeith Stanfield fan though.
Yeah. But today we were at the store, and then this lady she just keep crossing us like back and forth, and she was saying, she said Hispanic something. She was being kind of racist to us.
Classic.
And I was like, oh,
Typical.
God. I was like, okay.
Let's move on here, Denny. Not much else to say right now.
No, Get Out. Yeah, go ahead.
Get Out is just a better movie. We got the number 11 seed, Paranormal Activity versus 22 seed, Barbarian. This is a good matchup right here.
This is a good matchup, but you know what, Jason? Paranormal Activity all the way.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
No, Paranormal Activity is the only movie, one of the only movies that we watch it with a group of people, and then me and my other friend, we had to go to stores around 1 a.m. because we couldn't sleep.
Oh wow.
We couldn't sleep. He was scared, I was scared, and I was like, you know what? And I was younger, and I was like 20? I would say. And I was like, I couldn't sleep. I was thinking of that movie. It was creeping me out. So, I'm not saying Barbarian, shockingly surprised of how good that movie is, though. Shockingly. When I went to the theater to watch the movie, I was like, this is not good. And Denise and I were just like, the hair and the hair and the I don't want to say it because Adrian hasn't seen it though, but
I don't care.
Oh, Adrian, I don't know.
Wait, wait. Am I tripping on this? I've seen. You're talking about Paranormal Activity?
No, Barbarian.
Okay, I haven't seen Barbarian, so I don't really care. You could say that.
Look, it just has some creepy ass scenes. The monster or whatever you think it is, it's still going underground. That thing, it's just, I don't know. That whole setting of it, the movie was pretty cool. But I do gotta say, Paranormal Activity is the one that freaked me out the most. So,
this is a toughy one for me, Denny. I think overall I'm going Paranormal Activity, though.
But you say good things about Barbarian.
No,
though.
I like Barbarian. I like Barbarian a lot. I thought it was definitely different. I thought they were messing everything that happened in the middle was just, the end of the first act essentially was such a twist. It was so different.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch any trailers before. I had no idea really what to expect because I remember watching the first trailer or a bit of the first trailer, and it was super creepy, like, whatever it was. I don't want to get into detail what was going on. But so the fact that Justin Long was in it was already a twist for me, where I was like, what the hell was happening? And then when it all connects, was just crazy. But
yeah, kind of fucked up how humans can be. It shows you how fucked up humans, in my opinion,
there's a lot of aspects to it that were really good, thrilling, tense movie. That it was one of those edge of your seat movies where like you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know who to trust, you don't know what's gonna happen next, and you're just anticipating more. And when you think it's done, it just continues going. It's just like, oh nope, we're not done freaking you out yet. I'm convincing myself to say Barbarian. I'm almost convincing myself to say Barbarian here, Danny. Almost, but
Paranormal Activity, Jason. It was one of the ones that started with the whole, besides what was it, the other one? The Cloverfield.
Oh,
The whole
Found
cinema,
footage.
like the cam footage. It's just the fact that you don't see the monster and the devil or whatever, but the shit that's going on in that house, that freaked me out a lot to me. That freaked me out.
I mean,
Mm.
Paranormal Activity is scary. It's a scary movie. You know, talking about feeling tense. That one does such a good job of
Mm-hmm.
because they do all those camera tricks that like you're expecting something, you don't know when it's gonna happen, and they don't. It's not a hunt like a bunch of jump scares. It's kind of more clever than just popping up.
It was pretty clever. I gotta say, it was pretty clever. So yeah.
Look, I'll go with Paranormal Activity, Danny.
Okay.
I'll go
Okay.
with it. I think it's deserves a win. But for me, this is
It was
if we're
close,
talking
close.
Sweet 16. Paranormal Activity hit the last second 3-pointer to take that win, but that was a close fight for me. It was back and forth. They were going back and forth. Barbarian was like, the mother comes out. She's like, not yet. She comes up for the block. She gets a fingertip block like Blam Adebayo in the finals in 2018, 2019, 2020. Fingertip block. But then Paranormal Activity comes out. No, Denise, not Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Not that one. Not the Mexican Latino.
Oh, she
LA one.
loves that one. You know,
Not
because I've
that
seen it
one.
with her like 3 times. She loves
that-
that movie.
The
Wasn't
one, where,
that the last one?
the one where they show up to the house with all the guns.
The Cholos, the Cholo one.
I think it's that
She
one. I'm not even
loves
sure,
that
but
movie. It is the Cholo ones.
Okay.
She loves that one.
I always
But-
crack up at the part where he's pulling something out of his eye. He's like, oh. It's so bad.
It is pretty creepy though when they go to the house. All the fucking witches there. But
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paranormal Activity was a viral sensation. Yeah, it's taking it. Number 11 seed takes out the 22 seed Barbarian. Barbarian putting up a good fight. On to number 27, The Thing, 1982 versus number 6, Scream, 1996. Danny,
John Carpenter, The Thing, right?
yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Mm-hmm. John Carpenter, The Thing. Jason, I love the movie. I think I'm gonna watch it again because I like watching the movie often. The Thing. It's a good it's a good like trap alien. Not alien. I don't know if it's an alien or not. No, it's not
It
alien.
is an
sorry.
alien.
I
It
think
is an alien.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
an
okay.
alien.
Yeah, okay. It's just a good classic. By the way, the new one that they did, the remaster, sucks. By the way, I don't know how they can.
Wait.
The
Remastered or
2011
I think he
the,
meant
remake?
The sequel.
remake. Sorry, the remake.
I think it was a remake.
The remake.
No, there was
I
a
did
sequel.
not. There's a sequel of it.
Or like prequel of it. It was with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and
It's
she
just
was
called
like,
The Thing.
Was it a
It's
prequel?
just
I
called The
never
Thing.
watched it because I thought it was a remake, and I said
I-
I don't need to
I-
watch it.
I
yeah,
watched
it was.
but
I think there might have been. I know there was a prequel to it, like a new prequel, where it's just like the stuff that happened before the original.
Are you thinking of Prometheus?
No.
Yeah.
I remember it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in it,
Yeah.
and it
Uh,
has nothing. It's before the. It's literally before the 1980 movie or the old movie.
Oh. Oh yeah.
takes
I
place
didn't know
before
that.
it.
I thought it was just a straight up remake.
No, it's what happens before. So
I thought that was a remake.
yeah.
Gotcha.
No,
I guess I should watch
Okay.
it like that then. Okay, well, there's something you learn, I guess.
because
Maybe
literally
we'll
like
watch
the end, the end of the prequel or like the new movie takes literally starts the new movie because you're just like, how did that happen in the original movie? And you're like,
Wow.
that makes sense.
Tornado Danny was stupid then.
Okay, Danny, continue.
Yeah, it's just a good alien trapping a freaking mining whatever thing they're
Classic.
doing. It's a classic for that. You know, I love aliens, which by the way, I'm surprised we didn't put aliens. It's
We
not really
talked about
scary,
Alien. It's
though.
not scary.
Yeah, it's not scary.
I wouldn't even consider it a horror movie. I don't know,
But
A lot
there's
of
some
people do,
cool,
actually.
I know.
but there's some cool special effects on this one. The blood because it manipulates or whatever fuck it does. It's a pretty cool effect. The death scenes are pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fucked up. I don't know how they did it, but it's kind of fucked up. So, but also, what was the other one? The
Scream. It's
Scream?
up against Scream.
It's just Scream. It's just a classic to me. I love Scream. It's not scary, but it's a good teenager. God damn it, they're both good. Jason, go ahead. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Um,
I don't know.
I'm going Scream. I'm going Scream on this one.
Oh,
I like the
wow.
Thing. The Thing never hit me as much as I think it
Other
hit
people.
other people. I like. It was cool. It was a cool one of those like Among Us type of games, right? Or movies.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who's
the one
who's
doing it. It's a fun in that aspect. In terms of horror, I don't know. It's like Alien almost, or I think we talked about Alien.
Yeah.
We talked about Jaws, how that one's still technically a horror, but then you like, is it? So the Thing was a little more like that for me, with a little more horror aspects than I don't know, more than Alien. I don't know, maybe not, but
you know, a little bit. I think.
little
Yeah.
bit. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Scream is a fun slasher, iconic character, a great whodunit, just like keeping you wondering who's doing this, what's going on. Scream's taking it from you, Danny.
You know what? I recently saw Screen 6. Wow. I was not surprised to be that good too. Screen 6. I was like, when. Damn, I don't know who's writing this again. Who's the I forgot his name, but anyways, I watched it. I liked it. I'm like, you know what? I love the Scream movies. They're just fun to watch, and it's whodunit. And the way they die is kind of fucked up with the knife. You know what, Jay? Yeah, I think Scream takes it, and not because you said it, because I do like Scream a lot too. First
one.
I didn't say you said it because I said it.
Yeah,
It's coming at me. Danny, let's move on real quick here to number 7.
Yeah.
Seeded It 2017. Not the original, versus 26 seeded Child's Play. Danny, I'll take the realms in this, the range.
Go
on this
ahead.
one.
Go ahead.
It's it for me. Child's Play. I think I said
Yeah.
last week. I watched it for the
Yeah.
first time ever, and since maybe I didn't have that, it's like Adrian. It's like you with your connection with the Killer Clowns in Outer Space. I don't have any
Yeah.
connection to it when I was younger, so I was watching. I was like, this is dog shit. Child's Play may not be dog shit, but I was barely entertained by it, and I don't have much to say about it. It's just I just didn't really like the movie, and I rewatched it, and it holds up, man. That movie's
The
scary
movie is
stuff.
scary.
I'm not scared of clowns, so it doesn't hit me that hard with like, oh no, clowns. But he's creepy. The scene setter of Georgie getting his arm bit off. I remember watching it for the first time in the theater, and I was like, oh, I see what we're doing here. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. And then you bring the whole thing, the kids having their time during the summer, like a Spielberg type of kid scenario in this world was just really.
You also got
for
The
me.
Lost Boys. No, that's a Dracula movie. What's the movie the with the little kids? No, the one with they go look for a dead body.
Oh, Stand By
Yeah,
Me.
The Lost Boys. Oh no.
Stand by Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand By Me.
It's kind of like that. It's a mix of that, to be honest. In my
That was The
opinion.
Lost Boys then. The Lost Boys is the one with the
The
vampire.
vampire one. The vampire one.
Well, Stand By Me also a Stephen King, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Stephen King. But
You didn't like
this-
the scene with the voodoo?
the voodoo? Oh
Yeah.
no, that was dumb for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, whatever
no,
the fuck he says.
that was dumb to me.
What up?
I just didn't care for it. I am down to watch the rest of them because I think I understand what the movie is doing. So I think the rest will be fun to just.
Once you get to the Chucky's Bride, you ask yourself, why? And then when you watch the Chucky Bride, you say, "Oh, I understand now."
No, I get it because the first Chucky movie I ever watched was The Seed of Chucky.
Oh, okay.
So I understand the character and how dumb it is supposed to be. I just wasn't entertained by Child's Play. It just didn't grip me at all. So it'll take it. I don't think I need to say more. I think we'll get into that next time Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh well, I was gonna say the Chucky. The reason why I put it is because it made me. That's the first movie I couldn't not sleep because of that. Because my dad used to love watching here old classic movies, and that's the one he would put. And I remember just being scared of fucking dolls for years. And even until now, we're never gonna buy dolls if we were kids. I'm like, no, you're not getting a doll. Fuck that. Look at the soul transfer. What I'm
By Danny.
but yeah, but no, but I do gotta say it's as much scarier. It looks good. All the scenes that you said, kind of creepy as hell, creepy as fucking another alien. What the fuck with aliens? What the fuck are they doing? Then? The fucking just fucking with humans. Aliens. Aliens in it. Yeah, it takes it. It takes it.
Well said there, Danny.
It takes it.
Let's move on here to the next.
By the way, one quick question. I always wonder: does Chucky has human adult strength? Or what kind of is he that strong?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's turning. Maybe you don't remember, but he's turning slowly into a human the more he's in this body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why he could bleed later on.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
But
sense.
would that mean he started off with like baby, like plastic strength or like baby strength?
I think so.
that?
I think that's
Okay.
how it started off because he didn't do. The most he did to like attack was just blow up the house for the guy who betrayed him. And then after that, I think it was getting more human-like. So then he would actually, fist fight. So let's move on to number 23, Terrifier versus the number 10, Blair Witch Project. Danny, I'm gonna take this one too, real quick.
Yeah.
So,
Take it.
Danny, I'm gonna go and say 23 Terrifier for this.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, that movie's scary. That movie's scary. Like that movie is just creepy. It's scary. I don't even want to rewatch it because I'm scared of it.
Did you like the scene where they're in the when he first is in the dining room and there's only two girls there, and then he's like,
It's the creepy smile. It is how gory it is that makes you feel even more uncomfortable. It's just a scary movie, and the Blair Witch Project is of its time, and I grew up knowing that it wasn't completely real. So that whole part of the movie for me, thinking that it was real was scarier than realizing this was just the movie, because so much of the movie, I don't know how the last time you watched it, Danny, so much of the movie is not scary.
it's not.
It's up
But
until
we'll-
the last part where they get into the house and she's Blair Witching in the corner, and you're following it and you're in the house at
Blair
like,
Witching. That's really
like,
good.
It's scary right now. Terrifier is just, it takes it for me.
Okay, that's good, Jason. But I'm gonna say Blair Witch still takes it for me a lot more than Terrifier. I'm not saying Terrifier is not good, because when you told me about Terrifier, I was like, okay, let me watch this really cheap movie that people didn't have enough money to budget and made millions of dollars after that. And I was like, okay, I see. Okay, kind of fucked up. Poor lady who lived there though. I don't know why he didn't kill her. But Blair Witch, Jason, that movie always to me. That's gonna hit for me.
Really?
It's yeah. I love listening to people getting lost in, not love because that happens. I say I love listening to scary stories like that. Hopefully that never happens to people.
You
Yeah.
said you love that it happens.
No. It doesn't happen.
You come off to me, Danny. I don't want. I'm trying
No,
not
go
to
ahead,
go
go
off too many tangents here.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
we're running out of time, but you do seem like the type that if you were to make that sort of thing your career, you would be happy with somebody getting lost or abducted by a skinwalker, because that means that there's more proof for you to uncover.
You know what? Maybe.
Okay, there it is. Continue.
Yeah,
please,
maybe.
with this Terrifier versus Blair Witch Project.
So I think the Blair Witch takes it. People when they watch this movie, I didn't know I thought it was a real for some at one point. I was like, this could be real.
Yeah, no,
they
marketed as that.
I'm like, fuck. And then when she's getting lost, when you start the scene when you're in the tent and you get all those little kids, that really freaked me out.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. And then yeah.
Well, let's see what our tiebreaker here, Adrian, has to say.
Because clearly I've had a good time watching both these.
You haven't seen
I
either
don't
one.
remember. I don't remember. I actually don't. I've never seen Terrifier, and the Blair Witch. I've seen, I think, kind of once, but it was kind of creepy to me, so I never watched it again when I was like really little. The only thing, it's a little side note. I've seen the Blair Witch Project that was on Showtime, but yeah, that's about the closest thing I have. So I have heard
Off
good
of
things
that,
though
Blair
about.
Witch Project takes it.
No. Yeah.
The hills have eyes.
Ooh, great. Lord of the G strings, great too.
Wow.
But I think Terrifier actually would get it because I've heard better things about Terrifier. Terrifier is the guy with the full clown makeup, white face. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that one.
I'm sorry, Danny.
And sad.
That's
Sorry, Danny.
That's
Listen, the Blair
half-core
Witch
shot.
was
That's
cool.
a half core right there because he hasn't even seen the movie. So that's a half core buzzer beater.
Listen, the Blair Witch is
Okay,
cool.
okay.
I know stuff, and I've seen. Remember, it was the whole recording stuff and camera, and oh shit, But I don't know, man. It's been so long, and it's just nobody's really. It's not one of those movies that oh, let's go watch the Blair Witch Project. I've never been oh, I need to watch the Blair Witch Project.
I think if I were in a group of friends and we're talking about let's go watch a movie, I'd love to watch Terrifier with a group of friends and over Blair Witch Project. It's a weird.
Yeah,
It's a really
signifier,
unsettling.
but
It is a really unsettling movie. I do gotta say, Terrifier is when, especially the camera is not it's it's not high quality camera, but still the
it makes
way.
you feel dirtier.
Yes,
It makes
yes.
you feel like you're going to get tetanus because you're watching this movie and it feels rusty.
It makes you feel like you're watching this movie from the black what's it called, the black internet, what's it called,
The
The
dark web?
dark web.
the dark web. What the fuck is the thing? Yeah, the dark web kind of movie. Oh yeah, I downloaded this movie from the dark web. That's what makes it Terrifier. I do gotta say that though.
So Terrified takes that half core buzzer beater winner.
Okay, I guess.
Sorry, Danny. Sorry, but
I guess
we have
it's
two
fine.
clowns up against each other next time around with It versus Terrifier. Let's move on here because we want to finish with these last two before we finish up here. I think then we'll catch up on time. We get the number 15th seeded X versus the number 18th seeded Halloween from 1978, the original. This one's a toughie, Dan, because in my opinion, let me say this, Danny. I think Halloween is the best slasher movie. Between Friday, Texas Chainsaw, Nightmare on Elm Street. I think Halloween is.
Well,
I
what
don't know
about Freddy
the
Krueger?
best. That's a Nightmare on Elm Street. That is.
Oh, sorry.
That one I think takes the cookie for me. I think I'd rather rewatch Halloween more than the others. I don't know what it is, but Halloween is great. That said, X is a very fun modern slasher movie. And I'm a modern boy. I've been saying it. I'm a modern boy, Danny. And X was unexpected. It was creepy. It was strange. It was weird. It was horny, just like these 70s and 80s slasher movies.
Horny. Jenna Ortega is horny in that movie.
She shows her tits, right, on that one?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Danny,
That's a downgrade for me.
I'm going to do it. I wish they weren't up against each other, but I think I'm gonna go with X on this one.
You literally said you go Halloween. It's like you must.
Wow.
What?
I thought you were going Halloween.
Yeah,
on that.
I thought you were going Halloween too.
I thought I
You
was
convinced
too.
yourself.
I thought I was too, but X was good, and the trilogy they're building is so fun with Pearl.
Wait. What's the third one?
It's going to be Maxine Triple X, and the way they're marketing it is so fun too, because they showed X didn't have a lot, then they showed a lot of huge marketing, but then they had Pearl. They showed the trailer at the end of X before they even released the trailer, and I thought that was just fun. It was just a fun thing they're doing there. Then they did the same thing with Maxine, with Pearl. At the end of Pearl, they showed Maxine little teaser. So fun
Wait,
little world that they're
which
building
one was that? Well, I didn't remember. Wait, what was on the ending of Pearl?
We'll talk about this another time because we're
Okay,
limited on
okay,
time.
okay.
But I'm going.
X gonna
I'm
give
going
it to you,
X.
you know?
X gonna give it to me.
I don't know. I mean, I do love X. To be honest, I kind of love Pearl a little more than X. But you know what? Because the old Pearl kind of.
With the old lady.
I mean that's Pearl, right? So, is that her name? What's her name? Maxine? I forgot.
No,
Anyways.
you're right.
Halloween for me, Jay. It's Halloween for me. I do love that movie more. I seen the movie more than Friday the 13th. Not as much as to me Nightmare Before Extreme. But for my point, I would say Halloween.
The Nightmare Before Christmas, you were about to say, weren't you?
Yeah, I know. I love that movie. Yeah, I know.
Adrian,
Adrian, you gotta
tiebreaker again.
Listen. I know I haven't seen X,
Thought so.
sadly. I know about it. I was going to watch it, but then I was just like, yeah, I'm always in my moods when I don't want to watch anything. But
You see, what's his name? God damn it, what's
Kid
the
Cudi.
rapper's name? Kid Cudi, big as.
I don't think you actually see it.
No, you don't see it, but it's just the shadow of it. And I was like, God damn.
that got you, huh, Daddy?
I was like,
but-
holy shit.
I don't know. I feel like Halloween's just like a classic slasher movie. Like even the new ones are like really
The
good.
first
I'm
new
just
one.
like,
The first new one. The second one was, and then the third one was just straight garbage. Continue.
I do gotta say, though.
okay, yeah, okay, you're right.
Go ahead,
The newest one was just I was just like, this is
The
trash.
writing. Oh my god, it was terrible writing.
The second one was somewhat okay. I was just like, okay, maybe the third one's gonna be better, but then it just ended up going like straight downhill from there. But
Yes. the
man,
next
Halloween
one.
is just like a really good slasher. So many like remakes of it. Like I think the Rob Zombie one was really good. Was it a Rob Zombie
Oh,
remake?
the one where he was like a. I remember watching the
H2O.
one where he was a kid, going. The remake. Sorry, go ahead. Please finish.
Yeah, but Halloween is always just like a classic one. It's just scary because it's like, on Halloween, you just imagine watching it on Halloween. You're like, oh shit, As a kid, like I was like, oh, I'm not opening a door. Imagine somebody with that fucking mask and just coming in. Like,
Scary.
I'm going with Halloween.
I do gotta say, though, the death, you haven't seen it, Adrian, but the death scenes in X at the ending, especially the ending one, it's kind of fucked up. Some of the death scenes are kind of more fucked up than even in Halloween, because this is a 1980s movie. We're talking about the 1980s one, right?
78.
Yeah.
78. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of more fucked up though, because some of those death scenes, I was like, oh shit. Ah, shit, Jason. I say Halloween because I do like watching that movie.
That's
And
okay.
I'm not saying X
That's
is
okay.
not.
I'm not upset about
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of this. I'm not like you're saying it like sorry, Jason. It's okay. I mean,
But yeah. Yeah.
all right, let's move on here. Halloween takes that win. Number 15 to get the 18th seed. Bit of a upset, not too much though. Pretty level-headed people right there. So then we have the 31 seeded Hush versus number 2 seeded The Conjuring. First time I saw Hush, Danny, I was like, this shit is awesome. This is so cool. This is the poor deaf lady who kind of looks like Angelina Jolie, has to stay alive from this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Crazy killer.
You're right.
He's a maniac. This guy was just getting off of watching her.
You're
and
right.
Messing with her. Very similar to Strangers. But The Conjuring, Danny, I'm you know what?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in the future. Sorry, I'm already putting it in. I don't know what you're gonna choose. The Conjuring.
No.
The Conjuring is scary.
Are you kidding me?
Watching
you
this in the
kidding me?
theater, it was just so scary. I'm just gonna go ahead, do your thoughts, and then we're gonna cut it there. But
I know, just The Conjuring. I'm sorry, people, but The Hush is a really good movie. You guys should still watch it. Really creepy. Pretty much, lock your doors, and don't live in the middle of the woods.
that's
Who
it.
makes a house in the
That's it.
middle of the woods?
I don't care if you're going over there for a retreat because you got to go write your books or whatever. Don't
No.
like. Come on.
No.
Are we
No,
are we
this is
victim
true.
blaming now? Maybe.
Yeah, I bet this is your fault.
Why is she living there?
Yeah, why?
Don't live there. That's terrible. That's scary. Don't you know we live in white America? Anyways,
This is true, but sometimes you want to live in the woods.
No, it honestly looked very nice where she lived. I wouldn't mind staying there for the weekend.
That's a good like. Imagine when it's snowing, how peaceful the thing is right
Oh,
there, just chilling.
A couple
It's
of
like
coffee, good some bun.
with some pan. There you
Um,
go. There you go.
Dana hates when I dip my bread in coffee because
Whoa!
it breaks down. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
I'm
breaks-
sorry to tell you, but this is a Latino way. It's in our blood. It's in our genes. I think it's the gene AXYB. It's in one of the strands. I think it's encoded for Latinos. It's right there.
So The Conjuring takes this one. We'll talk probably a little more about it next time because it's up against Halloween. That one's gonna be a good fight. But The Conjuring, Danny, I've never been so scared in a theater than watching that movie. It is scary. That'll do it for today. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into your palm readings today. We're short on time. We gotta commit to this, and if we have more time next week, I'll get back into it. I'll get back to the horoscopes. I'm gonna read out the ones who are gonna go up against each other next week before we get out of here. In the Sweet 16, we have The Exorcist up against The Nightmare on Elm Street, The Witch versus The Descent, Sinister versus Friday the 13th, Midsommar versus Hereditary, Rosemary's Baby versus Get Out, Paranormal Activity versus Scream, It 2017 versus Terrifier, and Halloween 1978 versus The Conjuring. Danny, we got some pretty good horror movies left on the list there.
There's some, there's some right there. Ones that I'm like, I don't know which one.
It's gonna be
So-
tough. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna have nice
Yeah.
conversations, especially once we get down to the final four, or the Elite Eight, I should say. Before getting to the
Mhm.
final four, we're gonna have some nice conversations about that. But for now, we are not even gonna do the joke. We're just gonna get right up on out of here.
See you guys later.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for joining us, Adrian. Thanks for joining us, Potato Danny, and whoever that was at the end there. I've been Jason. That's been Danny. That's been Adrian. We've been with 3 tangents.
Yeah.
A Soul Train.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought, as you can see there. Thanks everybody for listening to another episode of Sunday Morning Tangents with a couple of 10.
Jam.